the 12th station, Jesus dies on the cross. But prior to his death, he had been on that cross for several hours, suffering great, great physical and emotional pain. And then there were the 7 last words of Jesus. And a couple of them I think are significant for us. We often can see the Lone Ranger kind of person who suffers all alone and goes into isolation. There's even something admirable about it. But when we look at Jesus in the meager company of the cross, John and Mary, he says, "Behold your son and behold your mother." He's talking about community. He's very important that he be joined with the community, and that the community of the faithful should care for one another. John should care for our Blessed Mother, and our Blessed Mother should care for John. To the repentant thief, he says, "This day you will be with me in paradise." We categorically divide things that are good and things that are evil. And we applaud the good, the successful. For example, in competitions, we put the winners in the Hall of Fame. Jesus from the cross says, "This day you will be with me in paradise." We would never think of having a place in our heart for a criminal dying on a cross that he deserves. But Jesus has great compassion and teaches us that we need to have that same compassion of forgiveness and understanding for those who are sinners. And on with all the different words that he said. When he spoke the last words, "It is finished," it must have been with the breath of exhaling a sigh. It's finished. And yet that exhaling of that sigh, the breath of Christ, was breathed out to you and to me. The breath of Christ would come to us and bring us new life. And so and gives us the ability to live like him. He wants all of us to be in paradise with him. And as we reflect on those words, it tells us something about Jesus' continued ministry. Even as he died on the cross, he was thinking about sinners. He was thinking about others. He was thinking about them with love. And he's calling us to do the very same. It's good for us to reflect on those words. And as next Friday night will be Good Friday, the day that we remember in prayer, and the only day that we don't celebrate a Mass. We have a liturgy in the afternoon and then Stations of the Cross in the evening. And again, it's a time for us to remember what Jesus did. It was the greatest act of love that the earth has ever seen when he gave his life on the cross for us. And he did it because he only had one desire, and that was to fulfill the will of his Father. And the will of his Father was that he should save every person that he came to save. And so today we commend to the Lord all those who are suffering. We might need to teach those who torture people and are so cruel to other people. Somehow through us, they need to be taught the lesson that they are defeating the sacred dignity of human life, which Jesus died on the cross for. And perhaps that's what our goal is now. That's what Jesus would want, not to punish as much as to teach how to change their lives. So in prayer tonight, we ask the Lord to bless all those who are far away from him in the way they live, and ask him to touch them with his grace, and the people who are near to them may extend that same love that Christ had for others from the cross.